Hello everybody and welcome to Asgard, and it's been a long time since I've done a video dedicated to this channel. So first I want to say thank you to everyone that has subscribed to this channel, whether you come from the Odin's movie blog channel or if you're one of the random persons I'm sure out there that just stumbled upon this channel, saw maybe my Blu-ray collection video update or some of the vlogs that I've done or even the podcasts that I've been posting from the live streams on the main channel. Thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel. But this channel has always been meant not just to be a place to upload all of the live streams, which there's actually one uploading as we speak. It'll either be live or will be live not too long after this video goes live. But this has also been a channel where I've been able to and been wanting to just talk about random topics. And I know that I am mostly a movie-based guy, but as you all know, I tend to share aspects of my faith life in the streams as well. You all know that I am a devout Catholic of the Roman rites. I'm actually more of a traditionalist Catholic. I love the Latin Mass and things like that. And so what I wanted to do today was just share with you all one of the plans that I have for my Lenten journey. So I'm not going to go completely into what I'm planning to do for Lent, because that to me is just very self-defeating, and it's really not about, hey, look at me and look at all the things that I'm going to do. But there's something that I just recently discovered. I recently, as you saw from the channel, went on a not a pilgrimage, but on a trip to a Benedictine monastery, and it was absolutely beautiful. It was gorgeous. Being able to get up with the monks at 5:30 in the morning to pray the hours was just fantastic, and it's actually inspired me to try and continue praying the hours early in the morning and also throughout the day as well. But one of the things that happened there was one of the priests that I was with recommended a book to me and said, hey, there's a feast day coming up that would actually fall in line very much with this devotion. And so I said, hey, why not? And if you're Catholic, you might be aware of it. If you're not, then this might kind of go over your head, and you don't really, you don't have to watch this video if you're not interested anymore. So, but it's called the Total Consecration to Jesus through Mary. So this is something that was based off of the works of Saint Louis de Montfort. So this is the edition that I picked up. So this is from Tan Book Publishing, and the difference between this and the original is that this has additional things in it. So in the original 33-day consecration, it had optional readings, and what this edition has done is basically just put all of those readings at the forefront so that it's not just optional anymore, but it's right there for you, which again, you can still choose to read certain parts. Like there's certain parts from a work called The Imitation of Christ by Thomas à Kempis, and there's also readings from scripture and things like that. So what basically the purpose of this is to completely consecrate ourselves to Jesus through Mary. And so what it does is that it focuses on, in the very beginning of it, detaching ourselves from the world, from ourselves, then focusing and reflecting on Mary, and then reflecting on Jesus. And that's always been kind of the way that the Catholic Church has always been kind of operating, is that it's not about us, right? We should try and detach ourselves from the world around us, from the material world around us, but also that we should strive towards Jesus. But we believe that one of the ways that we can get through Jesus is through the lives of the saints, and most especially through the Queen of the Saints, who is Mary. Now, sometimes people think that that means that we worship Mary, when in reality, all that it means is that we recognize, well, who better to go to than Christ's mother, right? You know, when we think about just mothers in everyday life, right? What do they oftentimes do? They say, oh, this is where you need to go. They give you direction. And so basically this consecration, from what I've been reading about it, because I haven't done it yet, I've never actually gone through the consecration, is all about trying to detach from the world around us, focus on the life of Mary, and then of course, by proxy, focus on the life of Christ. So at the very end of it, we have a day where it's a Marian feast day, since obviously this is invoking Mary in a lot of the exercises, and it's a way in which we basically enslave ourselves to Christ. Now, I know that's a word that some people might not really be comfortable with or think of much when it comes to faith, but to me, I just found it being such a beautiful concept that on that consecration day is but what the end of it's called, you know, on that feast day, you basically make you make a public vow, or by a public vow, I mean you vow, there's a set of prayers at the very end where you say, I consecrate my life to Christ through the Virgin Mary, and you make it kind of this official thing. So it's almost, you could say in a similar way, it's almost like a vow that a layperson like I could make, for those that don't understand the terminology. So priests, for example, take on something called holy orders, which is a sacrament, but there also are various religious groups out there too. That's what we call people who are brothers and sisters, right? So those are members of religious orders. Monks also would be a part of religious orders too. But we as the laity, again, as just the regular everyday people, we also can dedicate ourselves and our lives to various various things. And so as a married person, there's a few things that I can dedicate myself to. And so what I've decided to do is starting tomorrow will be my first day of the 33 consecration, is to start the very process of the consecration. I'm actually very excited for it. I'm obviously wary of it as well, because normally whenever I start spiritual exercises, I sometimes fall by the wayfront because I am human and I make mistakes. Sometimes I put too much on my plate. And so I figured I'd make a video as a way of almost keeping me responsible, or kind of, to keep this level of culpabilities. That way I can look back at it every time and say, that's right, I told people about that, right? The 1,400 people I think that are subscribed to this channel are going to have seen it. Maybe even other people that aren't subscribed yet might see it too, and realize, oh yeah, maybe I can check up with them every now and then in the comments on other videos and say, hey, by the way, how's this thing going, right? Because I don't plan to do a every single day update to that. I'm not really at the place yet where I think I could add that extra content on, because it's already enough to do regular school, do regular work as a teacher, and of course, to be a husband and have 2 dogs and all that other stuff that goes along with it, to be able to record extra content more so than usual. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you all, because you are part of my community. You are part of my life now. Again, a lot of y'all have been with me for the better part of a year. I can't believe that I've been doing YouTube videos now full time in this way. Not full time, but a video every single day for the most part for almost 2 years now. It's insane that it's been that long. And so I just wanted to take an opportunity to do a different type of video and say, hey, this is where I am right now. This is something that I'm trying. So if you're a Catholic out there, or a member of a Christian denomination, and this is something that sounds interesting to you, so again, focusing on detaching from the world, focusing on the life of Mary, focusing on the life of Christ, so that we can then consecrate our life, dedicate ourselves, almost take vows in a lot of way, in some certain ways and certain fashions to Christ through Mary. Then maybe you might want to pick this up too, because one of the feast days, what I love about this edition of the book too, is that it gives you this little table in the back. And so what it has is it has all of the different Marian feast days in the back. So let me see if I can put that up there. Doubt you'll be able to see it completely clearly because of the focus on this being fixed on my camera, because otherwise it's just going to be autofocusing nonstop. But it tells you all these different feast days that you can build up to. And so, for example, the feast day that will be the feast day of my consecration will be the Annunciation. So the moment in which the Virgin Mary is told by an angel that she is going to be the Mother of God. And so therefore the start date for that, since it's a 33-day novena, or rather a 33-day consecration, is February 20th. Since it's a leap year, obviously you're like, wait a minute, it's the 20th today. Since it's a leap year, it actually starts tomorrow. And so it's actually very interesting. So my date of consecration, therefore, will be on March 25th on the Feast of the Annunciation, and it'll also be during the season of Lent too. So I'm excited because this is going to be something that I will be able to add to the things I'm going to try and do for the season of Lent. And yeah, so if you have any thoughts on this or questions about this, let me know in the comments below. These videos tend to not get as many comments, and so I'll probably be able to respond to them a lot more quickly than on other videos that I do on my movie news and box office breakdowns on the main channel. So if this is something that fascinates you or interests you in any way, or you want to know more details, think about maybe, or even if you want to join me in this, right, and say, hey, how can I get my own copy? I mean, obviously it might be too late to order one off Amazon, but I know there are digital copies of this consecration, and they're mostly very, very similar, with maybe extra prayers or readings added to different editions. But anyway, just want to share that with you guys, and yeah, just share a little bit of my faith, a little bit of myself with you. But anyway, you guys are all amazing and beautiful people, as always, and I love you guys. Hope you have a wonderful day. Hope you have a blessed day. And of course, for everyone that's preparing for Lent, I hope that your preparations are going well, and that we can start our spiritual journeys together next week. So have a wonderful day, and as always, God bless.